Hey guys! So, you know this? I have a lot of PS2 games. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, wait, hang on a second. There you go. I think I have a better time seeing it now. I'll turn that off for now. So, as you see, I have a lot of PS2 games. And probably by far good games and sometimes games. So, I wanted to show you off every PS2 game I own. Even some I don't play often and probably the worst ones. Let's get started. This first one is called Trophy Bugs. I don't play this one. Also, I don't see the point of having this game. I think this was like a used product at one point. But really, I don't play it because since I'm not that type of person. Here is Just Dance Revolution Supernova 2. I can't play this. And here's two Guitar Hero games, Legends of Rock and Aerosmith. I also can't play these. Now we're getting to the real good stuff. First up, Kingdom Hearts. I just got this game for Christmas. I was getting used to it and I think it's pretty good. I'm getting interested in the Kingdom Hearts series and wanting to figure out why it was so good. Also, I got the Greatest Hits edition. Apparently this actually costs like $15 on Amazon if you get the original PS2 version. Though if you want an even crazier experience, I'd recommend the newer versions. Here's Tekken Tag Tournament 1. Sorry, I almost said 2. Anyway, this is a launch title for the game. Dang it. Sorry, PS2. I almost said GameCube. That's not a GameCube game. Also, if you notice, this is actually from Super Mega Replay. I actually got this one for $4, and it was a great sale. I actually like this game, and it got me interested in Tekken. Speaking of which, I got another game for the series, Tekken 4. And I got pretty good in this one, but I haven't unlocked every character. Neither, of course, Tekken Tag Tournament. I don't know. I don't think I've spent too much time on these games. I just wanted to show off which ones I have that are pretty cool looking, or what I thought was pretty good. This one was $5. It was worth it. Here's the of course, Budokai Dragonball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi. The first game of the Budokai Tenkaichi series, with 3 apparently being the best game. This game actually was a pretty good game. I think the only thing it was criticized for was the controls, and yeah, the controls are crazy bad, and it's too hard to comprehend. I don't know why they made the controls like this, so I don't know. Here's, of course, Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. Why did I get this? Apparently it was not as interesting as I thought it would be, but I mean, it's a supplement, okay? It was dirt cheap, and it was like, hey, this might be pretty good. It got bad reviews. I can probably see why. This one is Crazy Taxi for the PS2. Honestly, I think a hidden gem, and probably by far a fun game, originally released for the Dreamcast. I like the cover, and it's just nothing. It's the most generic cover you can get on this thing. It's really weird, and I don't see what the point is. Next up is Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't know why I got this, but I thought it looked pretty cool. I know it has some flack sometimes, and it's not the best Sonic game at all. But I actually think it's pretty, like, a guilty pleasure of mine, and I honestly think it looks pretty cool. And I do like how it's Greatest Hits, and some ideas worked very well. And the first time that Sonic X voice cast voiced the characters, rather than the ones from the Dreamcast era. Sonic Riders! I actually played the sequel first, Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, but this is the first game. I got this from Big Bang, which was only $5. For some reason, one of my memory cards didn't work with it, but one of them did work very well with it, with no issues. It does not play the exact same way. But wait, I think it's pretty good. You should give it a try. Also, if you notice my sister doing something, I shouldn't bother her. So, let's continue. Next up, Sonic Heroes. Which, where is it? I don't remember where I got this from, but I do remember it being an interesting game. However, this one really doesn't run good, and it just runs awfully on the PS2. I think it's because the engine doesn't work on the system, which runs it at 30 frames per second. Now, to me, that's not much of an issue on modern games, but for this thing, it's just kind of dreadful. The game's still pretty fun, but if you want to get a perfect experience, I'd recommend the current versions. But if it doesn't bother you, I think both versions are okay. It really doesn't matter. Next up is Sonic Unleashed, and yeah, I have a lot of Sonic games since that is my favorite gaming franchise. This one has a weird problem with my PS2, and it doesn't always work. But when I do something to it, like good, it will work completely fine. Also, I think this version is much better than the HD version, since there's not that much bullcrap you have to go through. And the cutscenes actually run very well, and has a lot of good stuff in there. So if you want, so I think this is a good game. But again, it has some issues with my PS2. It could be just me, but I don't know. This, of course, is Sonic Mega Collection Plus, a compilation of every Sonic game for the Sega Genesis. See all these. This was originally released for the GameCube just as Sonic Mega Collection, which I also have on the GameCube along with Super Smash Bros. Melee, which I've mentioned that in many videos before. I think you should get this version better, since it has a lot of better stuff, though the special features are not as better as that, so this has better games, but the GameCube version has better stuff on there, so I don't know which one you recommend. But I think the GameCube version might be a bit better. It might be just me, but I don't know. Next up, Ape Escape 2. I have the original version, I have the original PS1 game. This actually is the second game in the Ape Escape series. I was getting interested in this since I watched Did You Know Gaming on it. Also, I actually got this from my Uncle Matt, who got a like-new copy. And I actually got very interested in this game. I actually liked it. One of my favorite games I've ever played on the PS2. Also, it was published by Ubisoft. We'll get to them later. This one, and then I got the third game, Ape Escape 3. This is by far the better game in the series, and I think it's the most fun. It's not in a good condition in the case. The disc works fine, and definitely worth it if you're into those crazy games. I like crazy games, mostly ones from Japan, and that's why I love these games. Now for these games, I actually got them in a pack. The PacMan Power Pack, which actually came with 2 games. It was at a reasonable price, and I actually got it. I was doing very. It's a long story, but I did it well in an interview with my mom. You can find it on YouTube if you can. And I got rewarded for this, but I had to wait until Christmas, since it came out around that time. So I got Pac-Man World 2, Pac-Man World 3, and also Pac-Man World Rally. Sure, some of these are not good, but Pac-Man World 2 is definitely worth it. And with some bonus games, I think I might have a good time. But I think Pac-Man World 2 is definitely worth it. But again, that's just my opinion. Now here's a game I forgot I even had. Shaman King, Power of Spirit. Yeah, this game I actually forgot I even had. This was from Books. I got this from Books and Music Exchange, and I thought it works pretty good. Definitely a weird game, and probably the only game released in America for the PS2, published by Konami before they actually went to a bad company. I think maybe there still are, but again, I don't know. But it's an okay game, not a perfect game, but really, I don't know what else you can pick. Then there's Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles. I don't think this game has been well received, but I think it's an okay game, but I don't think it's definitely a perfect game. Honestly, the fighting games are much better, which really, I should have gotten those. Then I have this game, Top Gun, Combat Zones, from Titus. And this is a compact disc game. Some of these I actually have were compact discs, but I didn't even show them off. This is actually the first compact disc I had. I had to flip my PS2 upside down, and for some reason it worked. I think I learned it from someone who actually did this, and for some reason it actually worked. So for someone who actually did tell me, thank you. Honestly, this is an okay game, but really, but obviously it's a licensed third-party game, so it's not going to be good quality, so quality may vary on some people. Here's a game I also own, Spyro the Eternal Night. I don't play this game. Plus, it's not a game I'm into. I like Spyro, and pretty much and I'm thinking about getting the collection soon, but again, I'm saving up for something. But again, I don't think this is a good game to play for me. I actually liked Spyro, and I do think this was a nice surprise, but really, it's just not my kind of thing. Plus, I don't think of Spyro like that. And then there's Corvette 50. Why does this exist? Then I got NHL 2002. I'm not a fan of sports, you know. Then I have Madden 2 2002. Again, why do I need this? And, wait a minute. Oh my gosh, how many of these do I even have? NASCAR Thunder 2004. Why do I have this? Why? Yeah, as you can tell by that, I'm not a sports fan, and definitely does not interest me. But now we get to the next ones. Next up is Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I mentioned this on my channel before. This game is very expensive. Good luck getting your hands on this one. I actually got this as a birthday present in 2018. I almost said 8. From my dad and Stephanie. This actually cost them a lot of money. Good luck trying to get this game. This is in a very good condition and I think new condition. But by far, it's best thing it's ever looked. But like I said, good luck getting your hands on this thing since this thing will cost you a lot of money. So good luck with that. Next up, I have the SpongeBob Movie game, and for some reason mine doesn't come with the title. But the game is still the exact same, and by far apparently the definitive edition of the game, since I feel like this version is much better. I've been wanting to play this game for a while, especially on the GameCube, but I couldn't. But for some reason, my Wii wouldn't work with it. For some reason back then, made me lose my melee data, which explains why I have another version of. Which explains I explained in another video, which was a long time ago now, which I might link in the description, or comment section. So I don't know, but still, this is a good game, and it's based off of Battle for Bikini Bottom. Apparently, one of the best SpongeBob games. I haven't gotten to that one yet, but actually, I've played a few bits of that from the GameCube and Xbox from some other people, and I think it's pretty good. And these games are definitely worth it. So, definitely a must buy.